Hello, I'm Ian, and this is Somerset News Network. I'm pretty amazed at the Americans. They've got demonstrations all over America today. Now, today in Britain, it's the official King's birthday, and we have Troop in the Colour. Now, our King's got no power. That was taken away from the Crown in the Glorious Revolution of 1688. Now, Troop in the Colour is a link between the King, which represents us, the King, and the army. And they troop the royal colours, the royal regiment colours, which is given to them by the King. It's ceremonial. The King is not a tyrant. The King is not a dictator. The King is head of state. It's the way Britain works. Now, it started after the English Civil War. The Troop in the Colour, that is. It Horse Guards. Cromwell started it with the new model army. Now, today is the 250 years of the American Army before the War of Independence. Today, we honour the colours and the King. It's a relationship between the two. That dates back to just after the English Civil War, which would be the 1640s. It was started by Cromwell. Cromwell was not a king. He was head of the Commonwealth. After Cromwell left, Britain had all sorts of problems with politics, and they reinstored the monarchy, and we got James I. James I was James VI, I think, of Scotland, and that started things rolling. He produced the King James Bible in English, which we still use today. That's like the definitive work for Protestants. Many of the American churches still use the King James Bible. Now, the Trooping of the Colour is a real spectacle. It is Britain at its best. Marching bands, guys on horseback, and marching troops in line and in step. It is an incredible sight to see. I was involved in one when I was a cadet. I was involved in parading our colours on an RAF station. And I was part of the colour party. And you had three guys there who had one with a flag and escort. And I was one of the escorts, which at that time I was, 16, 17? That was a real honour to be part of the colour party. And you got the whole history of parading the colours as a cadet. And we had the Lord Lieutenant of the county take the salute on behalf of the Queen, which would have been Queen Elizabeth. Today we have a King, Charles III. But what gets me is the Americans have got these demonstrations throughout America saying no kings. And they're trying to link today, because it's Trump's birthday, and the parade of the American army in 1775, with him being a king, with him being a dictator. Totally false. Trump is an elected leader. You elected him. We don't elect our king. It goes down through the family in order of succession. And there's an Act of Parliament with all the lists of all the people. If people die, then the list goes up. If they don't, then the number 2 takes over. At the moment, William, being Prince of Wales, is next in line to the throne. We don't know how long the king is going to be on the throne. Well, it's like his mother. You know, the Queen Elizabeth, we didn't know how long the Queen was going to be on the throne. There's rumours that he's got cancer, but he's living with cancer and the treatment's working. So he could live for another 10, 20 years. William will not get the top job, as they say, until the king dies. That's the way it works. But they've got no power. They're not a dictator, which is what the American Democrats are trying to put on Donald Trump. They're trying to make out that he's trying to be a king. He is an elected leader. You elected him. You've only got 4 years on him. And then you can elect somebody else. So he's not a king. Do you understand? Now I hope today people understand that the start of the army and parade of the army in America is similar to Trooping the Colours. When an army would go out to war and have battles and win, they would come back and have victory parades through the streets. The Gloucesters, an absolutely incredible regiment, history as long as your arm. The Gloucester Regiment, they got a badge on the back of their heads. On the back of the berets, they got a little badge there. And they got that from Korea. And because they had a line and they fought both ways, so they had a badge on back and front. But when they came back from the Gulf War, they marched through the streets of Gloucester. Our army today is the Coldstream Guards, the oldest regiment in the British Army. Now there's some argument that the Royal Artillery with the bomb is the oldest regiment, but that's an argument that the army has. We're not going to worry about that. Coldstream Guards is the oldest regiment in the English Army. They're parading their colours, which was given to them yesterday at Windsor Castle by the King. It's all symbolic. And it's an absolutely incredible sight. It's live on the telly. It's all over YouTube. Different channels are showing it. But I do not like the Americans trying to take our tradition and using it to have a go at an elected leader, Donald Trump. Anyway, I think I've said enough. Only a little short one for today. Unless something else comes up and I feel I gotta come back and have another little rant. Anyway, Ian, all the best. Bye bye.